Now I'm going to be showing you in this video how to overcome self-doubt, or we can also call it inferiority complex. Most times this is one of the biggest challenge many people face, and you don't need to come from a wealthy background or a poor background before you feel inferior. When you actually don't have the true image of your true self, I'm talking about now, you don't know your identity, then automatically you are going to be battling with inferiority complex. So I'm going to be showing you the secret on how to overcome it, and this video is going to be a blessing to you and it's going to bring change to your life. Now, if you read your Bible very well, in 1 Peter 2 verse 9, the Bible said, "But ye are a chosen generation, a royal priesthood, an holy nation, a peculiar people, that ye should show forth the praises of him who had called you out of darkness into his marvelous light." Now, this scripture actually give us a clear picture of a group of people that God has called out to be his own, to be part of his family. And if you are born again, automatically you should be part of that family. Now, what is inferiority complex? We are talking about inferiority complex. I often define it as possessing the wrong image of your true self in your subconscious mind. In other words, the image in your subconscious mind that is being projected to you is actually revealing the false aspect of you. It's like fear. Fear is false evidence appearing real. In other words, it's not true, but it appears to be true. So that's the same thing with inferiority complex is. So what you assume about yourself is not actually the true version of you, but the other opposite of it is actually what you should be. How do we overcome inferiority complex? Before we learn that, let me just quickly tell you this. What are the effects of battling or having inferiority complex in your life? One of the effects is possessing the wrong image of your true self and ability. Most times you will always find yourself saying, I can't do it, I can't do it. That's not necessarily mean that you can't do it. You can do it, but it's just that the image in your subconscious mind blocked your mind from seeing the possibility of how you should do it. So that is a very bad thing in your life. And I must tell you the truth, inferiority complex is not God's will for you. It's not part of God's, or part of our redemption, right? Then number two, lack of sense of purpose. When you lack sense of purpose, then automatically you will definitely be battling with inferiority complex. That's the reason why you see people join several groups, several platforms. People love, fame, love to be celebrated all the time. This is not in terms of practicing honor now. This is someone just always love to be the one, on the spotlight. You always love to be the one. You are the one people are celebrating all the time. And most times it's not necessarily the reason why you are always desiring those things. It's not necessarily because you actually need them. You are trying to cover up for your inferiority complex, like the version of you don't know. Yes. So one of the way to cure that and be a state of rest, whether people celebrate you, they don't celebrate you don't have issue with it, is when you know your purpose. So lack of purpose is actually what causes inferiority complex. The third point I'm going to be giving you is state of incapability or inefficiency. When you see someone battling with inferiority complex, automatically that person is always going to be incapable. Now, most of the things you will tell the person to do, you always tell you, I can't do it, I can't do it, I can't do it. And definitely the person can't truly do it. That's just the truth. So inefficiency in the area of productivity, you're going to find a person having issue with being productive. So how do we overcome this? You overcome this, I'm going to be giving you a very powerful 2 steps. And number 1 is discover your life purpose. Then number 2, give attention to learning. And I always say this, increase in knowledge will boost your self-esteem. Most of the reason why you see people going through inferiority complex is because of what they don't know. When you don't know who you are, you will always want to look for something else to cover up for who you are not. Yes. So and that thing that you all most times want to use to cover up is not actually the true version of yourself. So if you read John 18 verse 37, the Bible speaking said, "The Pilate therefore said unto Jesus, Art thou a king then? Jesus answered, Thou sayest that I am a king. To this end was I born, And for this cause came I into the world, that I should bear witness unto the truth. Everyone that is of the truth heareth my voice. In other words, there is a point here I want to get. Thou sayest that I am what? A king. Now, you are not a slave. God have created you to be a king. And even Revelation also told us that we are kings and princes according to our redemption right. Now, Jesus said something. He said, to this end was I born, and for this cause came I into the world. So if I may ask you, to what end were you born? And for what cause did you come into this world? If you are able to understand your purpose, you will not have issue with self-doubt or inferiority complex, because purpose helps you to know your ability, know your boundaries of what you are capable of or what you are not capable of. Now, when you know your purpose, something will definitely happen to you. And because of that, I'm going to be showing you just shortly how to discover your life purpose in 3 steps. There are 3 practical steps on how to discover your life purpose. Number 1, know your niche. Anyone that wants to know his or her life purpose, definitely you should know your niche. Your niche is very, very important. And if we're talking about niche, what do we mean by? I'm talking about your place of calling. Most times we have several persons just moving from one niche to another. We have in the area of ministry, we have in the area of sports, education, government, several niche that God has called us into. So what you need to do, even down to family life, several niche that God has called us into. So what you need to do is to first of all find your space first, your place, not seeking for why you are alive. The mistake many people made is that they are looking for their life purpose when they don't know their niche. So the first thing to discover is not, sir, I want to know my life purpose. No, that's not the first thing you need to discover. The first thing you need to discover is you need to know your niche first. That's the first thing. Then after that, before you now discover why you are in that niche. So the second steps to unlock your destiny is to know why you are in that niche. So purpose, that's purpose now. And everyone, the reason why we are all in the niche is connected to the problem we are seeing in the niche. For example, if you are called into ministry, the reason why you are in ministry, which is now because the why is your purpose. We are talking about why, and we are dealing with about purpose. So your why is your purpose. So your why is the reason why you are in that niche. And according to the blueprint of purpose, your why is always pointed to a problem that God saw, and God designed that solution in you to solve that problem. So the next thing you are going to do is to find out, what problem am I seeing in the niche I'm called into. In any niche you are called into, you find yourself, you are going to, if you want to know your life purpose in that niche, the key word you should look at for is, what problem am I seeing in this niche that I'm going to solve. Then number 3 is know your what. In other words, your what now, which is your assignment. So how do I know my assignment? It's very simple. You know your assignment by discovering the problem you are called to solve. So your assignment in the place where you are called, after discovering your niche, knowing the problem you are called to solve in that niche, is to simply create the solution to the problem you see in the niche. That's your assignment. So most times, if you see people having issue and trying to find their path of destiny, you're like, how do I know my destiny? How do I know this? How do I know this? It's very simple. If you don't know the way, maybe it's complex. It's not complex. So it's very simple. Just know your niche. Your niche could be family life. Okay, now you are calling to family life. What problem are you seeing within the marriage phase, or within the relationship phase in the family, within the family life setting? So what problem are you seeing? Then if you are able to see that problem, that is your why. That's your life purpose. It's as simple as that. So one of the problem I always see in ministry, one of them is that I always see people don't know their life purpose. Like, how can somebody live, let's say age 70, 80, 90, depending on when you leave this world, and you didn't fulfill destiny. I see it as a big problem. And it's a big problem. You don't find meaning to life. You live your life wasted time, energy, resources. Or see somebody, a young man, just moving with all vibrancy from one niche to another. Today you are finding yourself in sport, tomorrow you are in politics, next tomorrow you find yourself in ministry, You can't live life like that. You can't be successful like that in life. So what you need to do is to sit back and find out your niche first. Stay in one niche. There is a saying that once it comes to purpose discovering, you're going to pour all your eggs in one basket. You know what? Your eggs there talks about your strength. Then your basket represents your niche. So you're going to pour all your strength, your teenager strength, your youth strength, adult strength. You're going to pour all the strength in one niche. That's one of the ways to become an authority in the niche that God has called you into. So the next thing you're going to do, like I said before, is you know your why by identifying the problem you are called to solve with that niche. Then your life assignment is very simple to create, to find. Just create a solution to that problem. So if you now know your niche, you see the problem, then you create a solution to solve the problem and begins to solve the problem, then automatically you become usable to people and you become valuable. So now this is the secret on how to overcome inferiority complex. I believe you received the key. So if you are usable and you are useful, automatically you will not be battling with what? Inferiority complex again. I believe this blessed you, and if this blessed you, okay, I would like you to subscribe to this channel and be a part of this YouTube family. This is a channel where you'll be receiving more useful information like this that will be a blessing to you.